It was a war to end slavery. Confederate landowners knew that poor whites had more in common with enslaved black people than with rich planters, and they would team up together against the planters, and that was most inconvenient. So instead of allowing this unity between the enslaved and the poor white people, they fed the poor white people a line. And that line was, you may be poor, but at least you're white. And you know the language they used. Big announcement here. The North was not perfect. While tens of thousands of black men enlisted to fight for their own freedom, the Union paid them more than half of what white soldiers made. White Union soldiers made $13 a month. Black Union soldiers made $10 a month, but $3 was automatically taken out of their monthly pay to cover uniforms that the white soldiers got for free. That left the black soldiers with $7 a month compared to the $13 a month the white dudes got. Well, the men of the 54th Massachusetts Regiment served for over a year without pay in protest of being discriminated against to do the same work in the same war, presumably for the same reason as the white guys. They protested and protested, and eventually Congress fixed it after years of this protesting. But even then, get this was a war being fought, presumably they wanted to free the slaves. Well, get this. If a black soldier had been enslaved at the start of the war, they did not get a thin dime, even much later when they finally paid up for the differences in the pay that they were supposed to get. They didn't get any correction to their pay. Only black soldiers who had already been free before the war were able to collect that money. The North won the war, right? And everything was equal after that, right? Just like they taught us in school, right? Right? Not so fast. So the leaders from the North who won the war and the leaders from the South who lost the war had to sit down across the table from each other and decide, well, what does this all mean? So they said, well, we've got to do something that'll make peace, but golly, it will be really hard to make it fair for everyone. Maybe we should just worry about the white people. And that's what they did. Black rights were just too inconvenient. White people, your black neighbors know this shit. We didn't have to learn it because we didn't need to, because we were comfortable and things weren't going badly for us. How convenient. And now we have Trump because we were not paying attention. Get curious. Next time, in part 6, I'll be talking about reparations.